Hello and welcome to PalaceFanTV for our Leicester preview video. And joining me is a man making his second appearance of the season on PalaceFanTV. It's Phil Holloway from 100% Leicester. Phil, how you doing?
Pretty darn good, Jim.
I'd imagine you must be absolutely buzzing. Leicester are still top of the league. This is absolutely crazy. What is going on?
I don't know. Nobody really knows up here. I mean, let's face it. It could be Crystal Palace up there. It could be West Ham up there. It just happens that a team we've got it right somewhere down the line, but no different to what you guys are trying to do at teams like Palace. We've picked up lots of players on sort of free transfers or on the players who haven't been fancied by the bigger teams, and I guess we've just pulled together a team over the past 2 years, which a bit of a team of. Like people are talking about, there's a film in it for Leicester. There is really, because it's like one of those. It's like watching Invincible or the Mighty Ducks. People keep saying it's one of those stupid things where it's a team of almost. I don't want to call them no hopers because that's not fair, but down and outs maybe who weren't liked, free loans, and it's all worked out well.
What's been the secret then? Because normally in these movies, there's always a secret, isn't there? A great coach, a bit of luck, some magic or something. I don't know. What's been the secret to Leicester maintaining this run?
Yeah, I guess the thing they've all got a lot of them have got in common is that not really being wanted by a lot of their clubs. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but we've got one of our players who's been fantastic this season is Mark Albrighton playing out on the wing for us. Aston Villa, look at the mess they're in. They let him go on a free transfer. The Villa fans loved him, by the way. A lot of people tweeted us as soon as we bought him saying, I've got no idea why we've let them go. People like Merez has been picked up from a second division Le Havre, French team. Jamie Vardy, everybody knows that he's non-league. He was working in a factory 3-4 years ago. So, but this goes on. Like Robert Huth's been one of our best players. Disregarded last season by Stoke. And you think, well, he's probably been one of the best players, best centre halves in the Premier League. So, and I can go on and on and on. I think is the common thread. And Nigel Pearson, over the last year or so, pulled them together. Again, very much like Alan Pardew's trying to do for your guys. Pull in some of the players, give them a bit of TLC, probably tell off the ones who need a bit of a kick, cuddle the ones who need a bit of that.
Yeah.
And just told them to get out there and do it.
Do you think this is a one-off, or do you think this is something that could be replicated by other teams, or is it just a freak season that will never happen again?
I think it's interesting. I wonder if a lot of Premier League chairmen, like your guy, forget his name,
Steve Parish,
of course. How could I forget it? Steve Parish.
Exactly.
It's one of the most memorable ones. Anyway, I wonder if it's scaring a lot of chairmen into thinking, oh, goodness me, actually, our fans might start to think, next year, why can't we do a Leicester? I'm sure that'll come into it. Let's do a Leicester. So I think for the Premier League, it's fantastic. It's obviously makes it worldwide. I think for most fans of most teams, sure. Jim, what about you? You must be there thinking, maybe next year. Why not?
I think start of the season we were thinking that, and in November, December. But obviously we've proven we're the other side. It can go the other way as well, and we've slipped down the league. But I think it gives hope maybe to teams like Palace of that size. But it's just been such a fantastic run. You've won every game you've got to win. You've had barely any injuries. I mean, are you daring to dream? I mean, you must be thinking you can win the league now. Surely any other team would be favourites now.
I agree. If it was if our name was Manchester City and we were 5 points clear at the top, 8 points to go, you'd be saying it's a given. I mean, again, Leicester fans, we're not stupid. We're starting to look at the table now and think, if we just match other people's results every week, then we're going to do it. And that's all you can do. Is Monday night when we beat Newcastle, it was like, it wasn't a great game by any shadow of a doubt. A great goal, but not a great game. But we just match everybody's results.
It was a performance really of champions, wasn't it? Of get the job done, win the ugly games, and get the points when you're not playing well. That's what champions do.
That's what champions do. But our name is Leicester City. It's like it's exactly the same if it was Crystal Palace there. You'd be in the same. Most Leicester fans, myself included, we don't know what to do at this stage because we're all expecting it's not going to quite happen. But there is only 8 games to go.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, speaking of Saturday's game, then, how do Palace stop Leicester, and more specifically, how do Palace stop Mahrez and Vardy? Have any teams this season come even close to sort of getting that game plan right and stopping those two?
Yes, and I think I know how you do stop us, but I'm not going to tell you guys. But if you look at how, I'll give you a clue. Liverpool beat us on Boxing Day 2-0, and they did it right. To be fair, they dropped deeper. Their centre halves played deeper, and we like to go play around the back. We like to play very fast, counter-attacking football, and also we struggled against teams who've given us too much ball.
Okay.
We're better when we've got 35-40% possession. So against teams like Newcastle, and I think against Palace, we'll get more of the ball, and that we seem to like it when we've not got the ball, which sounds daft, doesn't it?
It does a bit, and actually that's kind of how Palace play as well. I think we are better on the counter-attack as well, which I guess makes for I mean, the first game of the season was quite cagey as well like that, wasn't it? Both teams sort of waiting for the other team to make a mistake and then trying to pounce on it, and it was quite a close game. Where can Palace hurt Leicester? Like, are there players that you think could maybe swing the game for Palace?
Well, again, you're great when you're going forward, aren't you? You are similar to Leicester, and when we played that game and we chatted before, we were almost at the same sort of positions, weren't we? And like you say, we've just kept creeping up, and you guys have gone down. You've got the same sort of thing with your wingers coming through. When you break up fast with pace, that does hurt any team when you're getting around the back. So, yeah, I think it'll either be an interesting game where we'll see a real good counter-attacking game and end-to-end, or I actually think it's going to be quite a dull game potentially because teams they'll nullify each other.
Yeah, I don't mind that if Palace get a result, and a lot of us are actually, in a perverse way, expecting Palace to win. But only because it then means we'll be hated by every other team because everyone else wants Leicester to win the title. So we'll become public enemy number one. And, of course, get our first league winner 2016.
You're not on a great run. I'm looking at some stats here. And you're starting to nudge towards a relegation battle if you're not careful.
Yeah, you have to be honest. And we admit that. I mean, a lot of Palace fans are preparing for that. I think we're being, at the moment, and hopefully by the end of the season, saved by the fact there are at least 3 worse teams down there. With worse runs, but of course, like we've shown, Leicester at the top, a great run can take you up there, and a bad run can drag you into it. It's that sort of league; you can go up and down very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, vice versa, a couple of wins and you'll be straight out of it. I think that's all it is. And obviously, you've got your FA Cup Wembley trip now to look forward to.
Yeah, that'll be good.
So,
we can actually win it. I think we genuinely can win it, which of course is the scariest thing in the world. which exactly that feeling right now. Yeah. Okay, so Saturday, what do you think the score is going to be? How do you think the game's going to
go? Either really exciting or really dull. I think really dull. I think 1-0 Leicester.
Okay, I think 1-0 Palace, but I think it's going to be it'll be a close one. It'll be a close one like that.
It could be. If anything, we're sort of due a defeat. We've been too many wins and too much, goodness. But so we're expecting a defeat at some point. You know what it's like.
You can never have too many wins, Phil. You can never have too many wins. Good, mate. Thank you very much for joining me. That was a great preview. And aside from Saturday, best of luck for the season, because I think it would actually be fantastic for the Premier League and for English football if Leicester did win the title. So after Saturday, best of luck for the season.
Thanks, Jim.
Good man. All right, well, don't forget you can subscribe to PalaceFanTV by clicking that button right now. It's March. If you haven't subscribed, click now. Comment below, what do you think the score is going to be? Are Palace going to finally get a league win in 2016? Put the score down below the video and follow us on Instagram and Snapchat, where we're doing snaps from every away game this season. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.